So a couple of things that immediately spring to mind for people to fail their test for bad signalling is when the examiner says, take the second road on the left. Whatever you do, pass the first one first. Yeah, really important. If you go mirror signal before the first one, it's going to look like you're turning into the first one. And I'm afraid if you drive past that with a left signal on, you're immediately going to fail. It's the same for when the examiner says, after the turn, please pull up on the left. Again, if you signal before that turn, you're gonna fail, guys, because it looks like you're turning left, and people in that T-junction will look at the signal and think, oh, cool, I can pull away. I can pull out of this junction. And if they do that, it is incredibly dangerous. Another time that you can fail your test, which happens extremely commonly, is when you're asked to pull up on the left. So the examiner will pull you up on the left around 3 to 6 times on your test, depending on your test route and what you're doing. So when you pull up on the left, he'll say, just before you pull up on the left, he'll say, I'd like you to pull up on the left in a safe and convenient place. And then you go mirror signal. This is erroneous. Don't do that. Okay. If you hear the examiner say, please pull up on the left in a safe and convenient place, don't mirror and signal first. Look for the safe place to pull up on the left first, because it puts so much pressure on you. If you go, oh, okay, I'm pulling up on the left, mirror signal, then you've got all this like crazy pressure now. You've told everybody that you're pulling up on the left. All the people behind you now go, she's pulling up on the left, or he's pulling up on the left. Then you're like, there's nowhere to pull up on the left. What am I going to do? And then you either start pulling into the left and you're like, oh no, this is proper dodgy. This is not correct. There's a driveway, there's a zigzag line, there's a bus stop, blah, 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 blah. All the time, all the things that, you shouldn't pull up on, basically. And then if you pull up on the left, or you're starting to pull up on the left, and then you're like, oh no, this isn't any good, and then you pull away, I'm afraid if there's people behind you, and especially if they're overtaking, I'm sorry, but that is an immediate fail. This is so unbelievably common. It's so common, guys. When my students do this, and I will use the word when, because it happens all the time. It's not if, it's when. When my students go to do this, I always say, pull up in the bad place, right? Pull up in the bad place. If you've gone mirror signal and you're on some kind of mock test and you've done it too quickly and you've put your pressure on like that, and you go to pull up on the left, pull up in the wrong place, and then say to the examiner, I'm sorry, I've pulled up in a bad place. When these people behind me have overtaken me and it's safe, I'm going to change my position. Guys, that's the only way. Because if you pull up on the left, if you've got signal onto the left and then you're pulling in, the people are going to want to overtake you. One, because they're busy, they're in a rush, and they want to get past you, especially because you're a learner. It doesn't have to be because you're a learner. It's just because people want to get on with their lives, yeah? So if you go to pull up on the left, they don't care whether you're going to pull up in an illegal place. They couldn't give a damn, right? So they see that you're going to pull up in an illegal place. They don't care. They're going to go to overtake you. So if you move off and decide not to park there when you've still got your left signal on, you're going to fail straight away. So if you have erroneously done that, pull up in the wrong place. Go through with it. Pull up on the double yellow line or the zigzag line or whatever. Just safely go to the dodgy place and say to the examiner, I am so aware that this is the wrong place. I apologise, or whatever you want to say, whatever. And just say, when it's safe, when all of these people have overtaken me, now I will go. Yeah, then I will go. Try it, guys. You might save yourself from failing your test if you do that method. My strong advice to you is, when the examiner says, I'd like you to find a safe and convenient place to pull up on the left, take your time. Look for a place. You don't have to do it like immediately. Drive a bit. Look for the safe space. Is there somewhere good, right? And then when you find somewhere, you go, cool, there's one. Mirrors to the left, signal to the left. Make a beeline for the place that you have decided is safe and convenient. Don't mirror and signal first. It puts a hell of a lot of pressure on you and it makes everybody behind you want to overtake. Yeah, really, really, really important.